And bring the soles of your feet together with your knees open wide. So just starting to open up your hips. Close your eyes. And just take like 5 slow inhales and exhales, breathing into your lower ribs. So you want to inhale in through your nose. Hold your breath. Exhale through your nose. And hold your breath. So there's always, natural breath retention at the top of your inhale and exhale. So just pay attention to that. Keep your jaws relaxed. And take one more full breath in and full breath out. And bring your knees together. Okay, walk your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Take your arms out wide and just take your knees from side to side. So just kind of windshield wiper. So knees are going in the same direction. Next time the knees fall over to the right side, just hold it there. So if this is good enough stretch, stay here. Otherwise, you can bring the right foot on top of your left thigh. Now take your arms up overhead as well. Grab onto your left wrist and stretch it over to the right side a little bit. And slowly bring it up. Lower the knees over to the left side. Place your left foot on top of your right thigh. Grab onto your right wrist and stretch over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Bring both your knees into your chest. Just press it down. You can like rock from side to side. Kind of massaging your back and your spine. And then go ahead and stack your knees right over your hips and get your shins parallel to the floor. Point your toes. Keep your lower belly pulled in just like we did yesterday. So you're going to keep your lower ribs in. Make sure you keep your lower back flat on the mat. And just start off with one leg at a time. So you're going to touch the mat, touch the floor with your right toe, bring it back up. Touch your left toe down to the floor, bring it up. Just focus on keeping your lower spine, your lower back flat on the floor. And then try it with both your legs at the same time. So you're not bending the knee any more than it already is. It's all the movements coming from the hips and from your core strength. So if you notice like you're starting to lower your legs, but then your lower back starts coming off the floor, don't go down so low. All right, just you want to stay really engaged in your core. We're going to do about 5 more. And then knees come into your chest, hug it in. And then take your arms out wide again, keep your knees bent. Lower your knees over to the right side, just about halfway. Bring your knees up. Lower your knees over to the left side, about halfway. Bring it up. And again, over to the right. Up. Over to your left. Up. Over to your right. Up to your left. up. Now, a couple more times over to the right side. You can stay here. You can keep the knees bent, but give this a try. Try to straighten out the right leg and maybe even your left leg as well. Now, bend your knees, bring your knees up. Lower your knees over to the left side, just about halfway. Again, you can stay here or you can straighten out your left leg. Maybe you just want to stay there, or you can straighten out the right leg too. Bend your knees, bring your knees up. One more time each way. So to the right side, stay here, or straighten out your right leg, or straighten out your left leg too. Bend your knees, bring your knees up. Lower your knees over to the left side. Say, stay here, or straighten out your left leg, or straighten out your right leg too. Bend your knees, bring your knees up. Set your feet down. Keep your arms at your sides. Press into your feet and lift your hips up. Take your arms up overhead. As you exhale, lower the hips and bring your hands down to the floor by your hips. Again, inhale, lift everything up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower. Do about 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, up. And exhale, lower. Now take your arms out wide with the palms facing up and just do like snow angels. Now take your arms overhead and out wide and just back and forth. Just kind of working on your shoulders. Now next time your arms are out wide, bend your elbows. All right, so your arms are in like cactus arms, goalposts, and keep your, so this is a little bit harder. It's going to really try to open up your shoulders and your chest. All right, so but try not to take your spine into extension. So if you notice like your ribs pushing up, keep it pushing down. Like try to keep your middle spine and your upper spine on the mat or on the floor. Like bend your elbows. And as you inhale, take your arms overhead, like keep the elbows bent and see if you can get the fingertips to touch. So you're trying to keep the entire forearm and the elbow down on the floor without taking your spine into extension. So no back bending. And then take it out wide. So just do a few of those. Just a couple more. And again, hug your knees into your chest. So one more time, that same thing, same core work. You guys keep the knees bent. Okay. Again, focus on just keeping your lower back flat on the mat, lower ribs down to the hips. And again, it's either just one leg at a time or both legs at the same time. Keeping your lower back flat on the floor. Right, so again, if you're able to lower, just a couple inches, that's way more strengthening than if you take it all the way down to the floor and your lower back lifts off. So you can feel the difference. Just a couple more times. And then the next time you're lowering down, lower down as much as you can. Again, without letting your lower back come off the floor, and just hold it. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Breathe. Keep pulling your ribs down to the hips. Instead of gazing forward, just gaze up so your cervical spine stays neutral. And then take your arms up by your ears. I know, hold it, breathe. And lie back. All right, hug your knees into your chest. So, you know, that working on the core, deep core, the transverse abdominis. All right, now let's go and come on up onto your hands and your knees. Okay, so coming up onto your hands and your knees. Go ahead and inhale, look up, push the tailbone up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Keep going. So back and forth. Inhale, take your spine into extension. Exhale, take it into flexion. One more. And then come into neutral spine. So take your right arm up. You're going to twist to the right. Reach your right arm up. And as you exhale, come all the way down to the right shoulder. So it's giving you a little shoulder stretch. You can walk your left hand forward. And then come all the way back up onto your hands and your knees. Now inhale, twist to your left. Take your left arm up. And exhale, get the left shoulder all the way down. Walk your right hand forward. Coming back up onto your hands and your knees. So we're going to go for a little deeper stretch in your shoulders. So come up onto your elbows. All right. So elbows are going to by shoulder distance apart. Bring the palms together. So fingers are pointing up to the ceiling. Walk your knees a little bit further back. And then bring your forehead down to the floor, if you can. If not, maybe if you have like a towel that you can rest your forehead on, or a book or anything like that. Take 3 more breaths here. And then slowly make your way back up onto your hands and your knees. Again, coming back into a little bit more core strengthening. Keep your lower belly pulled in and lower ribs tucked in. Take your hand to your left hand to your sacrum, to your lower back. Okay. Now, when you take that right leg straight back, make sure that right hip didn't rise up higher. Okay, so you want to imagine you have like a glass of full water, you know, on resting on your sacrum. Take your left arm straight ahead. Set it down. Everything back to the mat. Take your right hand to your sacrum and extend the left leg back. Take your right arm straight ahead. You're just gazing down So your cervical spine, your neck spine stays neutral. And bring it back. Now, right leg, left arm. We're just going to go from side to side, but try to do these as gracefully and as you can. So with that whole lot of movement, you know, it's just your leg and your arm, your torso shouldn't be moving at all. Your spine shouldn't be extending. So don't take into a back bend. So you got to keep pushing the front ribs into your back ribs. Just one more time each side. And coming back onto your hands and your knees. Now kick your left foot out to the left. So just like a little kickstand, and step the right foot all the way back. So it's just like a modified side plank, you know, full side plank, and both legs will be up. Just keep the left knee down, and then stretch the right arm up by your right ear with the palm facing down. The pinky side of your right foot is pressing down into the floor. And come on back onto your hands and your knees. Kick the right foot out, step the left foot back, take your left arm up and over. And come on back onto your hands and your knees. Now get your knees a little bit out wider and bring your big toes to touch. Sit all the way back onto your heels. So we're going into child's pose. Walk hands forward, and again, bring your forehead down to the floor, to the mat. So this is a nice little stretch for your spine, for your back, for your glutes. And then come all the way back up onto your hands and your knees. Go ahead and tuck your toes under and come into a squat. So maybe however you can get into it. So maybe you just need to come all the way up, but get your feet a little bit out wider. Toes can turn out a little bit, all right? But you want to keep the heels down, all right? So sit down as much as you can. So maybe you're here. Once you go lower and your heels lift up, come back up, all right? I know it's a lot of work, but open the knees out as wide as you can. Keep those heels down. Push your knees back, lift your chest. And this is where, like, if you have a hard time getting into that squat and keeping the heels down, if you have a wall, back up against a wall. You know, that's a nice little way to get into that squat. You know, so you're being supported by the wall, and you can keep the heels down, push knees back. Okay. A squat is really beneficial. It gets so many benefits, you guys, if you can get yourself to do it every single day. You know, maybe right when you get to work, come into a squat. Before you leave for work, come into a squat. It'll help strengthen your core. It'll help really open up your hips, you know, strengthen your hips, stretch out your back, stretch out your glutes, help your digestive system. And then go and set your hands down, lift your hips up, and just ragdoll it. So just knees are soft. Okay, just let the spine hang super heavy. Shake your head out. Let those shoulders feel heavy. Go ahead and let the belly just rest against your thighs. You can just let everything sway. Then bend your knees one single vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and roll it up. And roll your shoulders back. Stand tall. Okay, so we're just gonna do like 3 half sun salutations, just get the whole entire body warmed up. All right, so inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. 2 more. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Big stretch. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. For your forward fold, you guys bend your knees. Inhale, lift up just halfway. So this is where you can start to straighten out your legs, going for a little deeper stretch in your hamstrings. But engage the back, with the shoulders up, away from your ears. As you exhale again, just soften your knees. Fold. You're still going to get the hamstring stretch. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Let's do one more. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Bring your arms at your sides. All right, so let's work on a little bit of balance, and your balance is directly related to your core, along with mental focus. So standing on your right foot, all right, so think about like really spread your toes apart as much as you can, and then set them back down so you're able to take up a lot more surface area. All right, lift your kneecap up. So tighten up your quadricep. Keep the lower belly, lower back just gently pulled in. Bring the left foot. Start off at the ankle. See how that feels. If you feel pretty stable, then pull it up to your calf. If you're still pretty stable there, you can grab onto the ankle and pull it up to your inner thigh. Once you get to the inner thigh, you actually have a lot more stability and a lot more support. Okay, if you have it at your thigh, press your inner thigh into the foot. Go and interlace your fingers. All right, press your palms down and then reach it up. Get your arms straight. So get the arms by your ears or behind your ears. Keep opening up the left knee to the left. And bring the hands together and set the left foot down. Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, so lift all your toes up, root down through all the corners of your feet. So big toe mound, little pinky toe mound through the heels. Lift your kneecaps up. Now root down through your left leg. Again, start off here. So basically, if you were at the thigh, the other side, come to your thigh on this side. You want to try to bring some equanimity into your body. Again, stand tall. And it's like the more you can like really root down, the more stable you'll be. Now interlace your fingers again. So with the opposite thumb in front, so alternate your grip, right? And press it down. Then reach it up. As you do, push the front ribs into your back ribs, or don't take yourself into a back bend right here. Stand tall. Get your arms straight. Bring the palms together and set the foot down. Nice. Stand tall. Let's do another balance. Standing on your right foot, bring the left knee up. Hold onto the knee. I know we're not used, if you're not used to balancing, you have to be able to balance. That's core strength. All right, so standing on your right foot, bring the left knee up, hold onto the knee. Okay. And just take it out to the side. So kind of opening up the hip. Maybe take your right arm out to the right. Bring it forward. Bring the right hand to your knee. So when you do this, typically people want to pull the knee across the body. Don't. All right. Stand tall. And then twist to your left. Take your left arm back. If you lose your balance, no big deal. Just come back in. You know, you're gonna fall. Expect to fall, but just you just gotta come right back in. And then untwist, set the foot down, root down through your left leg. Again, remember, just remind yourself how important that your foundation is. Okay. Stand tall. Lift the right knee up. Hold on to the knee. Take it out wide. And then maybe even take the left arm out. So that'll actually kind of help you balance. Bring it forward. Grab onto the knee with your left hand and twist to the right. If you want to challenge your balance, gaze back to your right hand. Do not get discouraged. Everything, everything's a practice. Coming back to center and set the foot down. Just remind yourself every time you're just going to get better and you're going to get stronger. All right. So let's go ahead and come back down to the mat. All right. So come on down. We'll do a little hip stretch. Actually bring the soles of your feet together. Okay. So kind of butterfly. And then you're just gonna like flutter. All right. Knees just up and down. Flutter. And then be still, lengthen your spine, and start to come forward. And then come all the way back up. Twist. So you're going to go ahead and straighten out your left leg. Bend the right knee. Okay. Bring the right hand behind you. So you got to lengthen your spine. You got to sit up really tall. Grab onto your right knee. So maybe hug your arm around the knee. If you're able to bring the elbow to the outside of the knee, do that, because that'll give you a deeper twist. But again, lengthen your spine upward, lengthen, and then exhale, twist. Again, twists are really beneficial for you for your internal organs. Just kind of like wring them out. And slowly untwist, switch sides. Bring the left hand behind you for support so you can keep the spine super long. Inhale, lengthen. Hug your elbow and then twist to your left. And slowly untwist. All right, now just sit. And, if you can sit cross-legged, do that because it's like really, again, that's another really beneficial thing for you to do. It'll help strengthen your hips and open up your hips, strengthen your core. Okay, sit tall. Bring the chin into your throat, let the head hang heavy. Place your hands behind your head and just gently give yourself that little extra, just a little extra, you guys. And lift your head straight up. Turn your head over. your right shoulder. Look as far back as you can. Come to center. Turn over your left shoulder. Look as far back as you can. Come to center. 2 more times each way. Right. Come to center. Lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. Walk your left hand out. Slowly lift your head. Lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Walk your right hand out. And slowly lift your head. And sit up straight. Close your eyes. Keep your jaws relaxed. Soften your eyes. And so just so you're being aware that you're not just kind of starting to fold forward, collapsing, just focus on trying to lift the upper chest towards your chin. That'll help set the shoulders onto your back, lengthen the back of your neck. Slow inhales and exhales. So let's inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 4. Hold for 2. Inhale for 5. Hold for 3. Exhale for 5. Hold for 3. Inhale for 6. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Hold for 4. And then breathe naturally. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. Bowing your head with gratitude. Thank you. Namaste.